I have discovered a really cool way on how to make virtual meetings more interactive. Tentatively, I'm calling this idea Start Art. My name's Chad Littlefield, and I love focusing on the art of connection, in particular the art of remote connection. One, because 2020 and 2021, and two, because pixels are never going away, right? Even 10 years into the future, we're still gonna be meeting and working and operating remotely. And so I am super keen on making that as meaningful, as engaging, as interactive as possible. I'm psyched for this video because I'm actually gonna show you the first time that I experimented with this idea in a live workshop. So I sent an email out to my list saying, hey, I'm hosting a free workshop on the, email to my list saying, hey, I'm gonna host a free workshop on the art of remote connection. I'm gonna share 50% stuff that's tried and true that I've done with clients and has made virtual meetings so much more engaging and interactive. And then I'm also going to turn you into guinea pigs and try 50% of stuff that I've never done that could totally fail, but it might also be awesome. And this, in this video, is one of the awesome things that I'm so pumped to do again and again and again, and to share with you all. Start Art, here we go, or unofficial Start Art. Here we go. Let's get into it. Hey, me again, real quick before I cue up the Zoom footage of the live workshop and the group actually doing this exercise so you can see it happening live. Really quick context. This happened 3 minutes into the workshop. So we did a quick little unofficial start, and then this was an additional unofficial start that happened. And you can see I'm like kind of fumbling through giving directions a little bit because this is an experiment. I'd never done it quite like this before. Check it out. Our first experiment. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Actually, Will, do you wanna share where this art of connection originally came from? With our work with conscious capitalism?
So we were working with conscious capitalism, and they wanted to do some connection in really a unique way. And so what we did is we created this large mural in which everybody got to participate in. And so you can see Chad standing in front of it with a reporter and a cameraman there. And what happened is everybody, in order to fill in part of the mural, had to grab a card that looked like this. And there was something for them to do something on the one side. After they've done that, then they filled it in.
So these were the directions that were hanging out here. Anyway, to make a long story shorter, we decided, is it possible to turn this into a little bit of virtual coloring? And so we're messing with this idea of unofficial Start Art. And so you'll see that there are dots here that have colors in them. And so go ahead and find annotation tool. And we're not gonna do a tutorial on annotate. So if you can't find it, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the chaos that's about to ensue. But my invite is for you to color in every square. So pick a color and go ahead and color in that box with that shape. And you can maybe use the highlighter tool, figure out, remember that you can undo as well. And just see if you can color this entire thing in. See how fast 200 plus people can fill this in. I love it. So the experiment here is 200 people. We've done this with like 12 people, color something, but 200 people all working together. I don't know, this is kind of cool. I'm digging it. As the host of a Zoom meeting, you have the power to erase everybody's work. So just a heads up, work a little bit more quickly because I'm about to clear it and invite you into challenge number 2. So here's a challenge. What I would love this time is the intention of this in person originally was to be a visual, actually, let me see if I can hold up the artist statement for this. But the collaborative mural was designed to be a little bit of a visual representation of the connections being made in this live conference space. You know, people were doing these actions on the cards that Will were holding up, and they were only coloring in that box if they did that action that made that connection in the live space. And so we're just doing like the little mini baby version of this. But the idea was that as people colored in the wall, the words "elevate humanity" would actually show up. They would emerge, and it wasn't actually visible until everybody colored in the wall. And so this time, this graphic's a little messed up because there's some dots in the letters. This time, be a little bit more perfectionist, right? Now that we've added like practice around, be a little bit more perfectionist. And if a few people can take on the role of highlighting the letters in black maybe, so that they pop out, give them a little bit of a drop shadow. So let me give you annotation powers back, and go ahead, as quickly but as accurately as you can. And if a couple people want to take on the role of black marker or black highlighter, feel free to do that. Oh, I love it. Okay, if you want to, this is cool. I love it. Can we just set this as our intention for the next hour or so? Can we elevate humanity, right? You're all in a different context. You're all amazing. Like, I think you know this if you watched any of the videos we've been putting out. Like, everybody on this call is a pretty awesome leader or educator who is making the world a splash better. The fact that you're here means that you're infusing a little bit more into a connection into a world that needs it. And so feel free to save this if you want to. I'm gonna stop sharing in 3, 2, 1. Look at all the loves. Oh, this is good. All right, and pause. So that was an experiment enough that maybe personally in this moment, my learning from that experiment was, this is cool and maybe we should hire a designer to make some more unofficial start art to make available for download for y'all. So maybe thumbs up if that sounds interesting to you. Yeah, some more unofficial start art? Okay, sounds good. Who knew that Zoom Annotate tool, which was actually developed right along with Windows 1998, could be used for something positive? I love it. How cool was that? In 90 seconds, 282 people completed this collaborative mural. So the idea here is for Start Art to help people create a collaborative mural. You can leave it totally open, right? So you can start this blank canvas, and I've seen folks do that, but it always ends up looking like Microsoft Windows 98 Paint, and a bunch of 4-year-olds just like got on it and went crazy. There was something really cool about having this paint by numbers, or where there was colored dots that cued everybody. And so one, you can make one yourself. You literally get a blank coloring book template. You could even get your organization's logo or a message that you want and just get the outline of it, and then just put a color dot in each of the segments, right? That's as easy as it could be. And if that's still too hard for you, I think by the time this video is published, we'll actually have a bunch of unofficial start art available for purchase related to connection engagement. So you saw this message was elevate humanity. So we'll pick a number of templates for download that serve as great start art, unofficial start art, and you can slowly build a mural with your group over time. One idea, and I'm just sharing this live in the moment in the video, that perhaps we'll create and weave into this start art pack on our website is, wouldn't it be cool if you had, let's say, a monthly meeting? Wouldn't it be cool if we took that one mural and divided it into 12 different sections, and you started each monthly meeting by just having the group quickly go in and collaboratively draw this exercise. By the end of the year, you would have completed all 12 segments, and you could potentially have it printed out and put on a wall or something like that. I don't know, just brainstorming out loud on the internet. Part of the reason this channel exists is to help leaders and educators make connection engagement easy. I trust this start art idea will spark a whole bunch of thoughts and creativity for you. Feel free to go to Google, download some images, get outlines of your logos, create some message templates that are just blank outline text, have your group color it in. Feel free to use the paint by numbers method of dots, or feel free to just experiment with this with yourself. So many possibilities. You can also include conversation prompts, right? Like it could be that as you're drawing, somebody has to be sharing something or responding to a question maybe you prompted the group with beforehand. And so as you're drawing, people are just unmuting and answering the question, what's something that made them smile in the last 2 weeks? Or what are people usually surprised to find out about you? Or what is something kind that someone has done for you recently? All of these things help make virtual meetings more interactive. For some, this might be uncomfortable because it adds this layer of structure to what we wish could just be a totally organic, flowing meeting. But if you want your meetings to be interactive and involve more contribution, you've got to add a little bit of structure to get rid of consumption, because by nature, virtual and remote meetings and gatherings are designed for consumption, right? Everybody's on mute, one person's talking. So you've got to design a structure for people to come off mute and go on mute in order for those meetings to be more interactive. I'm Chad Littlefield. Subscribe to the channel for more ideas. Have an awesome day.